Good evening, everyone. How are you? Welcome in to tonight's madness. Hope you're all well. Who've we got? Animal, of course. Bourbons, Jason. Good evening. David drives. I'm just going to say hello, David. That'll cover about 90% of everyone that comes in. The Daves will all be in, Bourbons. Don't worry, they'll all be there. Remember to have my mic switched on this time. Yeah. I take it you can all hear me. Yeah, I did record a video. When was it? Last week. One of the reveals. I think it was the US loco. I recorded a nice 20-minute video, and the microphone was on mute. So I abandoned the project. I was not impressed. I've done that before, you know. The clue is a big red light on the front of the microphone. You know, I should see that and think something's not quite right with this. Anyway, what are we going to do tonight? I thought we would go on to... I've got to turn myself away from Preston Carlisle just for a little bit. And I thought, one thing we've not played very much, in fact, I think I've played it once in videos or on streams since it released, is Long Island Railroad. Version 2. So the first version, I played that to death. The second version came out, played it a couple of times, but didn't go back to it because there's been other stuff, obviously. So I thought we'd do that tonight. We'll try and cover most of the route if possible, and yeah, just have fun really. The plan is to do this one tonight, and then hopefully we're going to get these West Coast Mainline South updates. Well, you would think it would be Tuesday or Wednesday because the gameplay pack's releasing on Thursday, and we need the updates to come before that so we can play the new wagons pack for West Coast Mainline South. So the plan will be, if I can get early access to the gameplay packs, we'll do it a little bit earlier. If not, we'll do it Thursday. So yeah, so there you go. You can hear me, can't you? I think. Hopefully you can hear me. Just let me know. Nobody said anything yet. Right, so let's have a look. First service we'll do. We'll use the M9, I think, and we'll go to train 825. So let me try and find it. Click on that. 825, I think it is. No, 806. 806. 806. Where are we? There we go. 55 minutes. So this is Long Beach to New York Penn. Oh, you can hear us. Yeah, Animal's trying to confuse me. You're doing a very good job about it as well. Right, let's go early August as usual. Get started. Dave will be in soon. Which one? There's 19 in. Thanks for coming in. I thought we'd give the US a bit of love because we spend a lot of time in the UK, don't we? But this is a very good route, so I thought we'd do this one. Right, can I remember what to do? Unlock the doors. The doors are on the left hand side, so there we go. Right, key on is first. We'll put it into forwards, and let's work our way down here, shall we? Desk light brightness, this is aircon. Marker lights, they can be off. Headlights on bright. Gauge lights medium, let's whack those up, shall we? Have we got anything on this side? These are the door controls, aren't they? And of course the safety systems are on tonight. By default, we used to be able to, of course, come up here and put them on in this panel in the original Long Island, but now we can't. So we're stuck with it. Let's open the window. It's a nice day out there. So we have got Island Park is first, Oceanside, East Rockaway, Centre Avenue, Limbrook, Valley Stream, Jamaica, Woodside, New York Penn. So we're off to New York Penn in this one. Should be good. Hundu's comments we won't be able to see tonight. Do you know what? Sophie commented on the Great Western Express video before, and I could see it, but I couldn't reply to it. So it's still going on. Something funny's going on there. Gabepi, how you doing? Hello, LaserJet. You're annoyed that you're on a school trip on Thursday, so you've got to pick up the UK game play pack on Sunday. You're just going for the UK one, the $4.99. I think it's $11.99, isn't it, if you want all three? Right, let's go. It says you've got to charge the brake pipe, but you don't have to, do you now? You used to have to. That was another thing that they cut out. He says, do we need to put it in max brake? Maybe we just need to put it in max brake for a minute. Where's the brake dial? Oh yeah, there we go. So you used to have to put it into max brake, and then you used to have to press the button to charge it up. You don't press the button anymore, so that's all we needed to do. So cool, let's go. Oh, it's very slow out of here, isn't it? 5 miles per hour across the bridge. So, not to worry. Just do that. Right, my controller has just died. So I'm going to quickly swap the battery. It told me I had 63% left on that controller. It lied. There we go, that's better. Matthew, good evening, how you doing? Oh, you've got a cold, Gabepi. Ooh. Yeah. There's a lot of that going around. It's a long old train, this, isn't it? Picked up the MBTA commuter, didn't realise Tintin was in game. There's an old guy at back base. Steady, steady. That's all go for that, LaserJet. I'll remember that. Good evening, Nick. If you're using rechargeable batteries, the reading will never be accurate. Yeah, I am. Yeah, I've got the battery packs that go in the back, if you know what I mean. I just charge them on the USB, and then I have been using the battery in that one for quite. It has lasted quite a while, but it did tell me 63. So when you say it's not very accurate, it's really not accurate. Right, once we get across this bridge, we'll be in business. Matthew, you're playing TSW at the moment. Nice. Never believe the recharge. But yeah, you see, I'm not very experienced with this Xbox controller. I'm used to the PlayStation 5 one, which has got an internal battery, of course, and you just plug it in to charge it. You don't have to fiddle around with batteries and battery packs and. That alert is a bit annoying. Let's just get across the bridge, shall we? Plenty of people on board going to Penn. Guess who's buying Tees Valley tomorrow? I have a pretty good idea. Is it still full price, Nick, at the minute? Or are you getting a discount? You use wired controllers. Yeah, I could get a wire for this actually. I'm in sort of wired distance from where I'm sat, so definitely could. Right. Let's give it a little bit of power before we have to stop. And you're also getting a 31. I think you have to, really. Yeah, I think you have to. Obviously, I'm speeding because I'm not looking at the desk. And I went over 30. So, I think I'm going to have to put it in max brake to recharge it. I forgot about that. You can't spend too much time outside because that's what happens. Right. Let's go. Can't go wrong with a bit of TVL. There's plenty to do on the TVL, isn't there? I do quite like the call loading as well on that route. Blame in the chat. What do you mean for the emergency stop? No, it's because I wasn't watching this down here. You need to keep an eye on that. And I forgot, you can't do that from outside. I'll leave 3 packs on your wish list. Heavy freight, Legend, the diesel, and the chopper. Well, the heavy freight's really good. Makes a massive difference to Northern Transpennine, which on its own's a really good route. Right, Island Park is first. Get them passengers on, although there's some on boarding at the back. I forgot, we've got a really long train. I don't actually know if it fits in the platform. Some of them it won't. Right, Oceanside 2.3. So we'll get to speed up a little bit. Wow, that train's close to that one, isn't it? What's going on? That can't be right. Do you get trains in the same block on this route? Maybe you do. Been very close. I'm really excited about the Great Western Express refurb. I think, yeah, I would say so. I would say so. It seems like from today's article they're adding quite a bit to it as well. And the best thing is, if you've already got Great Western Express, which most of us have, then it's free as well. So happy days. Trains can go in the same block. Yeah, safety systems, I assume, are what are helping us with that, if you pay attention to them. Oh yeah, you got Birmingham in the sale, didn't you? I forgot about that. Yeah. Quite a decent run on Birmingham. You tried this route once, Animal, and it can do one. Why is that? The safety systems. You just need to play it. Just play it a little bit. You'll get used to it. It's the same principle as before with all the US routes. In simplicity's sake, go for the slowest speed you can see. So we've got 60 there, 60, 60, and at the top in the hood we've got 60. So we can go 60 basically, but sometimes you'll see 40 there, 60 there, 60 at the top. Do 40. Just go for the slowest speed that's being displayed in a very crude way of doing it, and you should be fine. And so I'm not following my own advice because I could be doing 60 right here. We'll check the map out shortly as well. Crashes like on the West Coast, man. I hope some of those crashes on console are fixed as part of this patch that's coming out this week. I was playing on the PS5, I think, last night, and it crashed on me as I was coming in, literally right into Euston Station. It's done that a couple of times. I see it's beeping to tell me to get down to 40. You can see on the panel in front we've got a 40 and a 60, so 40 is what we need to be at. Always go for the lowest. But we're stopping anyway, so it's fine. This is Oceanside. Dangerous Dave, how are you? Another Dave. All good, thank you. Right, East Rockaway is next. So how many of you are playing the US stuff quite regularly? Do you tend to stick to a certain country a little bit more? I know on the channel we play a lot of UK stuff, but I try to mix it up and get everything in because I play all of them. But I know some of you only play the UK stuff, but there is some good stuff in the other countries. PC crashed on you in conductor mode on the West Coast Main Line South. This is going to be the first big patch, isn't it? We had some improvements not long back, but this is the first big one. A bit of a stutter on here as well. Wow, that is stuttering. But again, I think I've played it probably once on the PC. So it's probably got nothing cached, that's why. This is the new section of the route, isn't it? That came as part of version 2. This bit wasn't here in the original. That's just reminding me to take a look at the map. So we got Long Beach down here. New York Penn is up here. And then the original part of the line runs from down here, which is Atlantic Terminal. And that runs along... Let's cancel that. That runs along here to Hicksville at the other end, of course. And then we got the Hempstead branch, which I think is... this one, if I recall correctly. Is that the Hempstead branch? I keep having to come out to do that. That's a pain. Let me do this again. That's the that's where we go for the race day, I think, down there. All the races in the scenario. I think this is the Hempstead branch. Yes, it is Stuart Manor, so it's down here. So there's plenty of track. Laserjet, you play a mixture. Soft spot for the UK, says Kabepi. Matthew's making a livery for the 87. Nice. Oh, you get blurry dials with the 87. That's odd. Also play UK and Germany, but you like this one. Currently 3 more services to unlock the mastery. Excellent. Yeah, it's a good route. It can be a little bit, depending what service you pick, it can be a little bit stop-start. And for me, as you know, I prefer to do longer runs. But it's very good. Right, this is Centre Avenue. .323 is an easy drive, it is, and you can also, of course, drive that on the Glossop line, and I think it's also coming for the new Manchester Airport line as well. I think that's a 323. Mr. Water, how you doing? Good evening. Dave, Melody, Dave 1 reporting. Nick, you just do UK stuff. Yeah, give it time. Once you've bought all the UK ones, give it time. We're missing a few Daves. We're definitely missing a few Daves. Right, Lynbrook's next. Yeah, Sophie's missing. Sophie's not in yet. As she might be here, we wouldn't know. That's true. That's true. I'll stick to the 40. Where's this fog come from? It's the dovetail fog again. Yeah, I think we're only about 50% Dave's at the minute. There's quite a few missing. This, good evening, how you doing? I didn't see you sneak in there. Thanks all for coming in. We got 30 in. Actually, that door was a bit dodgy. That was a slight overshoot, wasn't it? Nobody step out of this door. I'll stand in the way, shall I? Queen Dave. Hello Tommy, looking forward to the Great Western Express remaster. It looks much better. Just looked good today, isn't it? I'm glad they put those screenshots out. The cellar door, yeah. You'd be straight down there, wouldn't you? Yeah, it was a little oxen on. Catching on from the fog. Right, let's have a look. 40 we can do. Yeah, how often is that alert? Is it every 30 seconds? It seems less than that. Oh, look at that, speeding. Right, I managed to catch it, so that's good. And just like that, we can go for 60 now. Oh, you were being serious, Animal. You didn't know it had started. So you could see the chat, but you couldn't see the stream. I never know whether to believe you or not, to be honest. Every 30 seconds, yeah, that's what I thought, yeah. Valley Stream is next. Can't see much of the route in this fog. This is the new bit of the route and we can't see it. That's why you don't stream this route. Yeah, I want to go. Well, as part, I was doing the looking back series, but some of the things for the looking back series, I like to do like a half-hour thing, and no more if possible. You know, as a recorded video. But some of the routes need a little bit longer, so it's easier to do them as part of a live stream. So I thought I'd stream this one tonight. Just not played it for ages. The original or version 2, so, and then as I said, we'll cover the new gameplay packs on well, Thursday if not before. You had the start screen fire. I wonder what you were going on about. That's why I said everyone told me that you can hear me and everything's alright, because you must have been sat there that long waiting for it to start that you didn't reload it. Oh wow, it's sticking like glue with this. It's jumping around everywhere. What's going on? That was really weird. Look at that, I can't, in the external camera, I can't move around. Oh, there we go. It's freed me up again. That was weird. Oh, sorry to hear that, Stace. Hope she's alright. Right, we're going to Jamaica. Everyone starts singing it. Oh wow, look at that, it's completely, like, frozen. That's not good. Right, let's get it up to 80. 6 miles to Jamaica. Good evening, Paul. How you doing? Thanks to your channel, I've been buying all the UK DLC in the Steam sale, thinking about the Great West Express, Birmingham, and Glossop to complete the UK. You've done all right then to only need those ones now. Right, let's get it down to 60. There we go. So you've been spending. It'll take you a while to actually play an hour or so on each one if you've bought them all up at once. But Great Western Express, with that remaster coming out, that's going to be a good one to get. Yeah, you're not old enough, Bourbons, for the Jamaica version. That's what it is. Barbados. There's no Barbados near this Jamaica. Right, back to 80. Actually, we've got a 60 coming up, so let's just get the brake on a little bit. Totally tropical. There you go. Coconut Airways. Still the right side of 40. Wow. Right, 3.4 into Jamaica. What's everybody thought about the seasons of reveals so far then? Week 1's in the books. Like I said in that last video, I thought the 86 was a good announcement, and I thought the mild May was a good announcement. I think that those are the two out of last week's 5 that I quite enjoyed. I mean, most people guessed at the 86. And they were right. Server shout, your server. Go and do it, Jason. Yeah, put your Discord in if you want. Still waiting for an announcement for a Freightliner loco. Yeah, you mentioned that, didn't you, last week? The new 47 caught your eye. Yes, the Brunel. Yeah, lots of people are saying, lots of people weren't happy with that, saying it should have been a Delta. But we knew it was going to be the 47. We've known that for a long time, haven't we? That's not new information, that. I'm sure a Deltic will come at some point. The amount of comments that I get about a Deltic, and then I get comments about a Class 50. There's only Animal really that talks about a 50. But I even think a 50 will come. Right, down to 40. I don't know how long you get to react to that before you get an emergency brake, but we're obviously quick enough to do it there. But you get 5 seconds or something like that. Down to 30, so this is the approach. So then we should expect a 15 after this. Unless we get the 20 first, I can't remember. So it's stepping down now, 30, 20, 15, I think. Again, I think route learning. I can see up in the top right hand corner there, we've got a 15 coming up as we come into Jamaica. Waiting for any new BR loco. Even a Freightliner will do, yeah. Yeah, we mentioned the 50. We can mention it. It wouldn't be a normal stream if we didn't mention Animals Class 50. Three and a half seconds, is it? Reaction time. Right, so we must be... Oh, there we go, you see. Now I've got to do it. We're alright. I mean, generally, you can react to it within that sort of period of time. It's just if you're outside, you can't, because you really need to be looking what it is it wants you to get your speed down to. But like I said, if you get an emergency brake, it's easy to recover. You just need to charge the brake up again, put it into max brake, and just sit there for a few seconds. The dial will come back up, and you're ready to go again. So you should get back on it, Animal, and have a go. I always say this, like, I don't yet understand the actual signals. I've not played it enough to understand the signals. I do tend to use the ones in the hood, top right. Whereas on most of the other routes, I can read the signals. I've just not played it enough, which is quite bad, really, because I do like to get into it and do it properly. Right, this is Jamaica. $15 into the platform. Tomorrow you're going on Blackpool, putting a Gronk on it, 5th and final scenario to be complete. Yeah, I've not played Blackpool, you know, for a couple of weeks now, which just shows how much the Preston to Carlisle's taken over. I think I've got about 2 services left to complete journey mode on Blackpool. There's people waiting on both sides here, so do I open both sides' doors? Let's do it anyway, shall we? Are they all getting off on the right? They're getting off there on the right. Oh no, they're both sides. Yeah. Let's lock the left and lock the right. Right, Woodside. So we're back on the part of the route that existed. The the door's not locked now. Hang on a sec. Let's have a look. It would help if both sides locked. This is the part of the route now that was in the original route that we got for Long Island. Jaffa, don't mention Jaffa cakes. If you see 2 yellows, beware of a red upcoming. Just like, oh, it's just like, is it the same as the German stuff? I think there is a manual for this route. There certainly was for the first Long Island Railroad. It was at the time when we still got manuals quite regularly for routes. There was a spell, wasn't there, at the beginning, where we would always get a manual, and then it sort of fell by the wayside. And all the signalling's in there. No Mrs. Bucket today. Instead we have Bluey. What? Mrs. Bouquet. Good evening, Gary. How you doing? Does the Long Island Railroad have one of those stretch thingies between the cars? Is it the one you're driving or the other one? When you say a stretch thingy, what do you mean? Do you mean that? Or is it the other one? This is the M9, by the way. So this was the new M9 as part of this version of the route. Aye, it was that, was it? Right, yeah. Right, we've got 5 miles to Woodside. Okay, now you don't know which train to buy. Right, let's get up to 80. Give it the beans for the first time. We're fashionably late again, as per usual. Or we will be once we get to Woodside. That's too much information, that, Stace. 'Seat adjustment. I don't actually know if you can adjust the seat in this one, and that's just maybe just a label that's in the real cab. I don't know if we can. Unlike the Class 31, which is, you know, I always move the seat. It's too high up for me. .1 to go. Can you guys change the subject? Talk about trains or something. Dear me. I don't like this being set to feet. I prefer it in yards. And now we're speeding. I've got a 60 coming up. Me? No, I'm alright. I'm just drinking my tea. I'm fine. You find out if you go a few laps in a train in a loop, it will start flying and glitch in and glitch out, and then it derails. On which route, Gary? Any route, you mean? Right, this is Woodside. I completely missed that because something popped up on my phone and I wasn't even looking. So there you go. So that was a false Oxenholme, that one. Someone's distracting me on my phone. Right, let's get the doors locked. Yeah, hopefully no one wanted to get out of those front ones. Everybody disembark from the back, please. Right, New York Penn's next. BAR says that's an Oxenhorn. Right, one of my cameras went off outside the house and it popped up on the on my phone. It completely distracted me. Right, so that's us. And this is New York Penn. A phone, yeah. A phone in the cab. Tea and biscuits. I'll set the next run to clear and take the weather off, I think, because like 90% of this trip has been in the fog. We just about got over the bridge and saw some nice scenery right at the beginning, and then it went foggy. Hello Laura, how you doing? The weirdest glitch you've seen is what you thought was a bolloid at the end of Platform 3 Brighton. As you got closer, it turned out to be half an AI person buried in the platform. I will actually, on the community page on the YouTube channel, I'll post a very funny picture that I took. I don't know if it's still doing it, but I was actually taking a picture for you guys at Oxenhorn as I was going through in the 87. And as I was coming through the platform, I went into photo mode, and I don't know if you've seen it. I don't know if it does it all the time, but there's a bit of a glitch. So if you put it into photo mode, look at your train. If you zoom in and zoom out, as you zoom in, sometimes you see passengers. As you zoom back out again, the passengers disappear. That happens quite a lot. But in this case, I zoomed in at the carriage behind the 87. The top of the carriage disappears as you zoom in, and as you zoom back out, the carriage reappears again. And it looks like all the passengers were on a roller coaster, and I thought it was hilarious because of what happened at Oxenhorn. And here they are with the top of the carriage missing, and I've got it as a screenshot. I'm going to post it on the YouTube community post so you can see it. I think you'll find that quite funny, but it's just a glitch in the photo mode. Something to do with the loading in. Right, into the tunnels we go. Get the brakes on for the 40. Quite steep downhill in the tunnels. Hello, Shuddy. How are you? There's 30. Doing some weird AI formations in the Preston to Carlisle. Yeah. I did watch that actually, Dave. Yeah, I did watch that. I was amazed at Euston Station at the beginning. It's like recognisable as the same place, but like all the ticket windows have all gone. Now you've got to buy your ticket from a machine, and there's just like nobody on the concourse as well. But yeah, I like the really old videos like that. It's pretty good. I noticed you'd posted the Don Coffee one as well, the Preston to Carlisle. I'd already watched that one. I watched the whole thing. That's quite good. Plenty of red lights on this one. 3 in a row. We'll just roll up to this one and stop. Bottleneck incoming. I think so. I think you're exactly right. Let's get the brakes on and we'll wait and see what happens. 2 Mark 1s at one end, no Buffy car, but a Mark 1 and a Mark 1 at the back on a 14 coach train. Do you know, I don't spend a lot of time looking at the formations, I must admit, so I can't tell you whether that's done that for me or not. Good evening, Sanzir, how you doing? Is it Dartford Tunnel? It could be. You're wondering whether you'll get the upgrade. If you own the original Great Western Express in any form, and if you haven't got it installed and you reinstall it, you'll automatically get the update. But I think, as you said, I think the update is for TSW5 only though. So you would have to be on TSW5, yeah. Three minutes early, so it might... Oh, yeah, we were about 3 minutes behind at first. One of them might be off path, so you might have to delete it. Let's have a look. There's one in front of us at a red. There's another one in front of him on a red. Oops. See, that's a pain, that alerter. And what's he waiting for? Oh, there's all sorts going on here. We're probably waiting for a couple of people to leave. Let's have a look. 8:42, 9:17, 9:13. Right, there's a lot going on in front. We'll give it a couple of minutes and we'll see what happens. I can hear something down the tunnel next to me. Once it goes past 9:02, I think I was like, I think I was 3 minutes late, so it might hold us here till kind of like 9:05 before it does anything, but we'll just see. Hopefully we'll start moving up red by red. Check the front one in front of your track. This one. Stop rail of vehicle obstruction. That bloody alert is getting on me wick and you can't turn it off. And what's this one doing? Vehicle obstruction. They're all vehicle obstruction. That one's at the stop signal. So I think we're waiting for that first one. Put it in neutral. That's a good point. How much is this DLC? I don't know. This is not a new DLC. It's been out for a little bit of time now. It's still giving me the alert, Dave, and I'm in neutral. A hammer would shut it up. Obstruction means one has borked. Right. What if I move the very first one? What will that do? If I click on that one... No, I don't want to stand up. Let's see what happens now. Gonna have to do another one, aren't I? So I'll just remove all of them. Oh, that one's moving now, look. But he's just going to go to the red. So let's move that one. Let's have another look. Oh, damn thing. Right, that one's moving. You know what? In the interest of just like trying to get there, let's just remove them. The top, look at the top light, it's gone to a yellow. The furthest light has gone to a yellow. Could be max. Actually, you could be right, Dave. Max brake. Let's try it. Right, it's gone to red again now. Let's have a look. Right, so he's going. He's going. There's one here in the platform. Let's remove that one. Do you know what? I keep seeing lots of things about people doing this and removing trains. I've never had to do it, interestingly enough. We've got a yellow. We can move forward slightly now. If I put it in forwards again. Right, hang on. Max brake. I got a red again. Right, I'm going to give this up in a minute. What is going on? Now we've got yellows again. We might actually get in here, you know. What a lot of messing about, though. The 87 has a bug. It can drive without overhead wires. It will if you put it in free roam. You can put it anywhere you want. I don't think it relies on needing the power. $24.99 is it? That's one of the cheaper ones these days, isn't it? Yeah, you can shudder, yeah. You know, if you've, well, just like you saw me do it there, if you get you know, if the timetable's got itself in a twist. As I said, I've never had to do it, but a lot of people comment on the videos to say they've tried a certain service and they've had to do that. But yeah, it is available. Just go to the map, just click on the train, and then remove it, and then you're away. Hopefully, we've still got 4,500 feet to go though. Evening, Phil. How are you? Yes, yeah. Great Western. It's funny today. That Great Western was meant to be the bonus item, wasn't it? But I think most people are more interested in that than they were the tram game. Even though the tram game's all right. We've played it a few times. It needs a bit of work though, but it's in early access, so it's gonna be. It's not gonna be perfect at the moment. It's good that it's coming out on consoles though. Right, is that a train in front of me? Or is that... No, that's the end of the tunnel, isn't it? I'm seeing things now. It's because we got a red in front. There might be something in the platform that we need to move. We'll check it. How'd you go to free roam? I'll show you in a minute. Have I tried Railroads Online? I haven't, and they've asked me over the weekend did I want to play it, so I've responded and said yeah, I'll give it a try. But I'm just waiting to hear back from them. Ah, so there you go. One's leaving. We're in this track 15, and it's just leaving. So we should be able to move without removing anything else. Put it in max brake. Animal says he thinks it's $24.99, Laura, and it's the Long Island Railroad is the DLC. Right, just waiting for that to clear. Railroads Online don't think it's for you. I don't know if it is for me either, Dave, to be honest, but I thought I'd give it a try and see. I'm not that much into games where you build stuff. And I noticed with Railroads Online you can either build up your own tracks or you can start with the map already built and then you just do the deliveries. And the deliveries to me is very much like a version of Train Life when we were playing Train Life, but with Steam engines. So I would probably start with the map already built. I don't think I'd do the building stuff. It drives me mad. Right, let's just... There's that train leaving now. We've got another one crossing our path right there. And let's just have a look where it's taking us. Yeah, oh, that's the actual one leaving track 15. So once that one's gone, hopefully we'll get the green. You like the other... You mean you like the Railroads Online animal? Ah, there we go. Finally. The tram sim looks okay, but it's not the top of your list. But you're enjoying the reveals at the minute. Some of them have been quite good, haven't they? Thanks for subscribing, Martin. Hope you're well. This traffic is so bad. Yeah, it is, yeah. Do you know how many times I've driven into New York Penn? Like, in the first one, as I said, I haven't used this one very much, but the first version of this, I've driven into it so many times, not had a problem at all, not once. Never had to remove the trains at all. Now, it could have been, if we'd sat there long enough, all the trains in front of us would have cleared eventually. I don't know. I don't know how long you are expected to wait. I think we arrived a little bit late, and so therefore we kind of lost our slot. I think that's what probably happened. So being on time is probably pretty crucial with a timetable as busy as this. Yeah, 9 minutes behind, yeah. You might go for the tram sim, but you don't know where to get the PC version or the PS5 one. Yeah, and I don't know whether or not... I've not seen it said whether the PC version and the console version are going to be on par with each other. I would assume they are going to be. And if that's the case, it's fine, isn't it? Right, let's get the doors unlocked, and then I'll just quickly show the free roll. Oh wow, the outside camera's really bad. What is going on? It's clashing with a wall that isn't there. So as I come out of the... there you go. Doesn't like being near that pillar. There we go. Railroader is the one you were thinking of. I don't know if I've seen that one. Is that Steam as well? Steam engines, I mean. No, 10 minutes is nothing for me. Absolutely right. Right, let's lock the doors. Yeah, don't want to go anywhere near that. Has it locked me in now? It's locked me in. Right, so I go to free roam, so not that side. I want to go this side. This is probably a bad place to do it. I can't even get out the train, look. Oh wow. See that? I cannot get out the train. As soon as I try to come out, it clashes with something invisible. Right, let's come out of that one. That's a bad example. Let's go to the main menu. And I'll show you what I mean by the free roam. Right, so if you go to, well, we'll go back to this route. And if you spawn on foot somewhere, let's go somewhere which is a bit quieter, shall we? What about, well, let's go there. Belarus. So if we spawn on foot, I don't know how you do this on the keyboard, by the way. I can do it with the controller, but I don't know the equivalent buttons on the keyboard. So I can tell you what it is. I can tell you what it is on the controller. So when you're here, if you do D-pad left and spawn a new train, you can put whatever you want. So, you know, if you want to put an 08 on here, you can, and then you just put it where you want to put it, and there you go. You got your Class 08 in the US, and you can drive it, and it ignores the fact, like, if you're putting an electric train on here with overhead that needs overhead wires, it ignores the fact that you haven't got the right power source and whatnot. So you can just basically, like it says, free roam. And you can do it that way. You can place a train down from whatever station you want on whatever route you want, and you can pick from any that you own. So that's how it's done, basically. Right, so we'll run down the other way in the route, and hopefully this one's a bit faster. So we want the 806. So we'll go back again. M9. 806, we did the 806, didn't we? We want the 817 is what we want. Ronkonkoma to Atlantic Terminal. So we're going to do that. We're going to change the weather again back to August. I'm going to leave it clear, and I'm going to take off the dynamic weather. Then we don't get all that fog. If it's power incompatible, it won't run. Will it not? Are you sure? If that's correct, that's new to me. That I didn't know that. Right, let's do a setup. Put it forwards. We want the gauge lights up, marker lights off, headlights. Don't think there's anything else we need to do apart from open the window, of course. Off the rails in scenario planner. Ignores the power supply. Yeah, I did. If that's true, I didn't know that. You might be right. God, what's going on here? It's like ants. Wait till 8:19. So let's check where we're going. So we've got Mineola, Jamaica again. Then we're off to Boland's Landing, East New York, Nostrand Avenue, and finally Atlantic Terminal. About 40 minutes. Close the doors early. I've not noticed that before. Seat availability on the platform information system. That's quite nice. Let's charge the brake. Forgot all about that. You were trying to run an IC on the Southern High Speed and it wouldn't. You might be right. You might be right. Maybe I've only used diesels in that case in free roam. That could be it. Right, so this is the original part of the route. Straight down the middle. Whereas we went from down here last time across. all the way up to 80. Yeah, Atlantic Terminal is slow, isn't it? I like how it does this and puts the destination up there at the top. Looks quite good. Look at the sparks as well underneath the train. Just keep an eye on the side of the train and it sparks occasionally. There you go. Speaking of that, actually, a little story for you. When I went last Wednesday, when I went down to Euston on the Pendolino, I got off at Euston and I was walking down the platform, and there was a massive, like, electrical buzzing noise. Half scared me to death, and I just caught sight of the driver putting the pantograph down on the Pendolino, but it made a really loud sort of zzz, sort of noise, really, really loud. Didn't see it spark, but I ain't got a clue what it was, and I just wondered whether our Pendolinos do that in the game as well. Probably not, but I'll have to try it. Right, we've got 4 miles to Mineola. The only bright sparks on the train. There was a crash, was there, at Atlantic Terminal? 5 miles an hour is really slow though, isn't it? I think they might do animal. Yeah, I don't know. I'm presuming that in this case, the train, because you get into Euston, don't you? And it's it's the end of the line. I'm presuming that the train wasn't going back out the other way for a while, because all the cleaning staff were there ready to jump on board and start sorting the train out. So I presume it got completely shut down for a while. But it was... I'm just trying to think where I was sat. Yeah, the pantograph was at the back of the train. So maybe it's the rear pantograph that they put up. Really noisy though. It stops the cleaning staff taking it for a spin. Yeah, they're all there waiting, and then the minute the doors... I don't know what the turnaround time is. I should have had a look, actually. And the minute everybody dived off, they were in there. Is $24.99 worth it for this route? That depends on you, Laura. Really, if you like this type of route, that's a difficult question to answer. That there's a lot of playability on it. There's a lot of services. Good evening, Ratty. Oh, you've had a crap night. Hopefully everything's sorted out. Yeah, Dave, you like playing this route? Worth the money? Like I said, this version I haven't played much at all. The first version I played a heck of a lot, and I should play this because the first version I did enjoy. This is like the extended version. You get more track on this, and it's also had the treatment over the first version. If you do buy it, I think the other version's still available, isn't it? So if you do buy it, make sure you get version 2. Don't get the first one. What's this we've got in here? We've got bushes growing inside. Look very suspiciously like giant nettles, them, don't they? Yeah, that's the other thing to remember. The safety systems are permanently on, so you'll need to learn how to work the safety systems. That'll be the only thing. Yeah, if you have the first version, you can play all 3 trains. Was it the M3? There was the very old unit, wasn't there? That was a DLC for the first one. Long Island Railroad is the first version. Long Island Commuter is this version. Right. So there you go, Laura. Long Island Commuter. If you search for that, I think in the thumbnail I just put it was Long Island Railroad version 2.0. I knew most people would recognise it. Right, yeah. So this is a semi-fast service. So we're straight through to Jamaica now, 9 miles. Yeah, the M3. Yeah, I haven't got the M3 on the PC. I've got it on the PS5. What's happened? What did I miss there? Was that a neutral section? Is there neutral sections on this? I lost all the power then. Can't recall. There's neutral sections. Yeah, I haven't seen the Macam cab driver actually for a couple of weeks. He could be enjoying Preston Carlisle a bit too much though, that might be why. I assume that most of you that have got the Preston Carlisle are going to get the 86 the minute it comes out. I don't know. Did it say whether it comes with its own timetable or is it just going to substitute? I can't remember. You know, so are we going to have double the amount of traffic that we've got now if it's got its own timetable? I can't recall if it said that. quiet on the outside, isn't it? It's 19.49 on Steam at the moment. Is it, have all the sales finished now? There's been sales, aren't there, on various platforms? Because I know after I said that there's probably going to be a sale on Xbox, there was a sale on Xbox, wasn't there? For a few items, not all of them. He is based in Carlisle, but he's I think his YouTube badge is a Sunderland football team badge. And they are the Mackhams, aren't they? That's the nickname, isn't it? Sunderland's nickname is the Mackhams. So yeah. Switching lanes at speed there. Four and a half to Jamaica. And then we're off to Bourne's Landing, East New York, Nostrand Avenue, and finally Atlantic Terminal. Nice, Ratty. By the way, so I also, this weekend, I was playing the Euro Truck Greece DLC. That came out, I think, Wednesday last week, which was nice. I had the wheel out at the weekend, so I played a little bit of that. That was quite nice. And I've been working my way through Microsoft Flight Simulator as well. After I tried to do the PPL and managed to get through, I did my commercial license and got an A as well. So I can now make money from the missions. So I'll do a couple more videos on that now that it's opened up a bit. There's a bit more variety once you've done a couple of the exams. But first up, we'll cover these gameplay packs in TSW this week. That'll be the first thing. Just in case you're thinking of picking those up. I must admit, I'm interested in the West Coast Mainline South one. Not as much in the other two, if I'm completely honest. But one of our commenters did say to me, let me put the brakes on, get that at 70. One of our commentators from the US, I asked in the video when I looked at the gameplay pack, I said, is that Christmas train that's coming out, is that a real thing, or is it just made up for the DLC? But apparently it is a real thing, and I wasn't aware of that. East Anglia, how you doing? Good evening. You probably stick to the old flight sim. It's still got a few. Yeah, the new one's got a few teething troubles still at the moment. However, it looks a lot better than the old one, I would say. If that it's hard to imagine that that's possible, but... Yep, no worries, Borbans. See you on the next one. Right, we need to stick under 30 for now, and then we've got a 20 and a 15 on the way into Jamaica. We should know this by now. Yeah, I know what you mean about the 66. I mean, at some point there may suddenly be a new freight loco that they bring out, which will, you know, substitute for a lot of the places we got the 66. That will be the ideal thing. I think Flight Sim will ever come to PlayStation. It's a good question, often asked, that, isn't it? I mean, they said for a long time, didn't they, that Sea of Thieves wouldn't come to PlayStation. But it did. There's a whole lot of money waiting there to be gathered by Microsoft if they can put the pride in the pocket, I think. So I'm obviously playing it on the PC. I'd love to play it on the console. Could substitute the 86 to the 87 for the freight, you mean? Probably the 86, says East Anglia. Yeah, that's actually a good call, isn't it? Yeah, I wonder if they would. Right, this is Jamaica. And there's a red right next to the stop marker, so need to watch out for that. Right, so according to this, we got a 5-minute wait. A Freightliner 86, yeah, good point, yeah. Do you know, I never thought of that. That could be part of the cunning plan, couldn't it, for the 86? Let's put this in max brake while we're waiting, then we don't get the alerter, now that you guys have reminded me about that. This sunlight actually looks pretty good. Twenty to 9 in the morning. I thought that looks pretty good. Laura, you've just asked your mum if you can get it for Christmas, and you can. Excellent, excellent. It's quite a fun route. And again, look at the size of the map. The map's pretty decent. One of the fun things about this map is you've got all these little, these little branches going off and some of the scenarios cover these as well. I think it's this one where you go to the what station is this? Let me just find out. Yeah, Queen's Village. So you come out of there and you're taking race goers down to the racetrack, and there's like a race course modelled down here. That's one of the scenarios. Yeah, you can run all of the map. Yeah, you can. Yeah. So just as a reminder, in the first journey that we did, we went from down here. So this bit is all new. This is in part 2. This bit, and we started off down here and we came up this branch here, crossed over to where we recognised at Jamaica, because Jamaica's like the sort of central hub, and then we went off to New York Penn, and this section of the line going through the middle was the original. Then you've got the Hempstead branch as well over here. I can't remember what that is. I don't know if you can actually go down this. Don't think there's any stations on that. No. But yeah, it's a good map. Yeah, Long Island Commuter, this is called. And you'll know when you look at it because it's got this version of the M9. See that livery on the side? The original one was... we didn't have an M9, did we? We had an M7. Ignore me. But basically, we didn't have this in the old one. That's the M9, and we didn't have that in the old one. And we didn't have this livery. This is a new livery for this route. Right, we've got less than a minute left, which is fine. And we'll get the doors closed in about 20 seconds time. And we'll be on our way. At least Jamaica looks lived in. In the first version, it was very, very quiet. There's a few more people knocking about. There probably should be more. As it's coming up to 9 o'clock in the morning, there probably should be a few more people. But, you know, it'll do. Right, let's close the doors. We've got the green. The guard has buzzed us. We need to stay under 15, just leaving the platform. All the Essex boys in the chat. Yeah, M7 and M3 was the older train, which was a local DLC. Yeah, that's correct. And the M9 is new in this DLC. It's a standard unit that comes with the route. So we're off to Boland's Landing, which is actually a staff station. Looks like. Staff Halt A. So we must be picking up a few of the workers, or dropping them off, that is, 8:45 in the morning. We'll be dropping off a few of the chaps. Yeah. Remind me which one, Animal. Can you remember which one it is? The schedule. Yeah. There you go. 2031 is the train. From where did we start? Can't remember where we started. Then we went to Mineola, Jamaica. This is Borland's Landing. Then we got East New York, Nostrand Avenue, and finally Atlantic Terminal. Yes, this is a staff platform. Very small platform, as you probably would expect. Interestingly. Oh, it just says wait. It doesn't even say open the doors. So, I'll close them again. So, they obviously come and work over this side. There's a turntable over there. I wonder if that works. I've not noticed that before. Right. East New York is next. So I'm assuming that stop is like simulating the workers getting off for work. Why would you need a staff platform? Probably because of this depot over this side. So it's probably just to let everybody off that's working over there, really. Right, we can get up to 45. Oh, yeah, the Stone Rail to report for in the 31, did you say? Yeah, we'll quickly just have a look if it loads, yeah. Got 3 minutes till we're due in, just under 4 miles, so let's speed up a little bit. Yeah, 31. Okay, yeah. That's because we went over 70. That's the abandoned station. Oh, I can't show you. It's put me inside again. Because we're in the tunnel. There's an abandoned station just there. You can actually get out and walk around on there as well. I think there's collectibles there too. Good evening, Tom. How you doing? What was the station called? Woodhaven. You can spawn there on foot as well. But it's disused now, but it's quite creepy. It's just got loads of, you know, rubbish strewn everywhere. How are you, Tom? Quite a few underground sections, isn't there, on the route? How long is the stream going to be? I'm going to finish this route, so another 15 minutes, then we're going to have a look at the service that Animal is having trouble with, and then we'll probably call it a night, and then we'll come back later this week for the gameplay packs. In particular, I want to play the West Coast Mainline South gameplay pack, the wagon pack, because I think a lot of you guys will be interested in that. You've been looking at the screenshots of the Just Trains 86. Can't be long till it's finished. I hope so. I hope it comes out pretty quick. We didn't see any screenshots of it on the track though, did we? So that would be the only thing that makes me wonder. It's like the Great Western Express news that we got today. There's plenty of screenshots of that, which would suggest to me it's quite, you know, it's quite far along. But Just Trains might surprise us. Good evening, AC. How are you? Thanks for coming in. Are you enjoying the Preston to Carlisle, AC? Nostrand Avenue we're going to next. Into a yet another tunnel we go. Max speed 45 at the moment. It's just an 87 in drag. You're just upset about that class 50 Animal. I know. It'd be good if Just Trains did an 81. There's a few things they could do, couldn't they? But if the next couple of routes, from an era perspective, all join up together quite nicely, then I guess if they all, what I mean to say is if they all allow route hopping, so like Blackpool branches to Preston Carlisle, and then whatever comes next also hops to the same two routes, and so everything's kind of joined up, but it isn't, if you know what I mean, then the next route could introduce something like an 81 or a couple of the others that everyone wants, like a class 50 for Animal. Thanks for coming in, Laura. See you next time. AC loving the route and the 87. Yeah, it's very good, isn't it? It's only that one they need to do. Have you gone through the 101 route screen? There's a place you don't recognise from the game. No, I'm not sure what is it. Can you remember what it is? Right, grab it down to 40. There we go. Yeah, I will eat you. Yeah, we passed it. Yeah, we passed it about 5 or 6 minutes ago, I think. Got to be down to 30, or it'll shout like that. Right, so we got the emergency brake because I didn't do the 3.5 seconds, but it's fine. Let's open the doors here. Put it into max brake to recover the brakes. There it goes. All this is all selectable as well. You can put your... it's already got the head code of 2031. But you can actually put that in yourself if you want to. Right at the start. But after a while it does update it itself. But you can look at all sorts of information about the train on there. And of course something new for TSW5 is that you can actually get to the screen like this. When this came out, of course, you had to do it from like this angle and try and zoom in. We've got the trouble screen. Fortunately, there's no trouble, so we're all right. It tells you where we're going as well. Atlantic Terminal to Nostrand Avenue, and it picks that up from your train number. If you type the train number in, that's where it gets all that from. Quite cool, really. Right, Atlantic Terminal. So this is where we'll go down to a painful 5 miles per hour once we're in the tunnel. Peter, good evening. How are you? Been trying to get 80 miles per hour out of the Pacer. Did you manage it? It'll fairly bounce around at 80 if you can get it to 80. Well, downhill you will. Yeah, AC. This is version 2, or Jason reminded us it's actually called Long Island Commuter. The first one was Long Island Railroad. This is Long Island Commuter, but most of us call it version 2.0. Now you can see the 5 coming up in the track monitor up in the top right. Be a rebel, do 6 miles per hour. So what was the, going back to what you said, Animal, what is the unless you already put it, what is the mystery location that you saw in the 101 timetable that you didn't recognise? If you can remember. Still got 4 minutes to get in. Well, 3.5 minutes. Oh, they might be from Tees Valley, right? Or Transpennine, yeah. Down to 15 first. And then we'll be down to the 5 for the last 2,000 feet. I don't know if there's any instability issues on the Xbox for West Coast Mainline South, Nick, particularly. And the West Coast Mainline South is getting a big update. Probably, I would suggest probably tomorrow or Wednesday, in readiness for the gameplay pack, because we need to have that update before the gameplay pack, which is Thursday. Yep, the 5 is definitely coming up anytime now. Thing is, Peter, did you have was it an orange space opera? Did you have the original orange one? Got to be. Right, that's the painful 5. Driven 100 miles. That's on the PC. I've done a lot more than that on the PlayStation. Later ones they did animal, yeah. You could get them in blue. I remember yellow ones, but mostly blue. Everything was fine till you got the Pendolino. You've never liked them, so you're wishing you hadn't got it at all. What happened to the Pendolino? It's not a bad train, actually, in TSW, I think. I think it's alright. Have you run the Pendolino on the scenario that I did for the West Coast Mainline? You got the West Coast Mainline, Nick, did you? I can't remember if you bought it, Nick. I think you did. In fact, you said above, didn't you? Because you were saying about the size of the West Coast Mainline over Shat route. Try and run your Pendolino. Download that scenario that I did, that northbound Pendolino from Creators Club, and run that scenario. You might quite enjoy it. Alright, Chris, good evening. How are you? Yeah, this is Atlantic Terminal. Jeff Capes could pull the train in faster than this, I think. You had a bright green space opera. Now there you go. I didn't even know you could get a bright green one, and an animal certainly didn't know. You tried the Pendolino on the East Coast main line and it crashed that too. That's a bit odd. Why are all the terminals underground? I guess that was the only place they had space for them. I bet, Laura. You hit the 5. Yeah, safety issue. Imagine if you're on the train every morning, you're thinking, oh my word. You'd say to the driver, I'll come to the front, just let me off here. I'll walk the rest of the way. I mean, there's a pretty good reason you want to be 5 miles per hour, and that's it. There's a big wall in front of you with, I don't know how much rock behind it, so you don't want to really hit that if you can help it. Yeah, that's it. Get off and walk, yeah. Yeah, you don't want to spad this one, do you? If you do an auction home in here, you're in trouble. Although doing an Atlantic terminal doesn't have the same ring to it, does it? There we go. We weren't that much late. We weren't bad. At 5 miles per hour, you're not fast enough to hurt anyone. It's just that wall. It's that wall you want to watch out for. Let's put that in max brake. So, some services there going out. Yeah, 28 minutes. You've got 4 Rockaway. Oh wow, that's why is that not fitting on the screen there? We're at Antic Terminal at the minute. Right, let's lock the doors. That took us 50 minutes to do that. It's quite good because it's quite with the safety systems on. It's quite challenging because you've got to obviously keep to the speeds. You got to pay attention to what's going on. So it's a little bit more involved than it was in the first version. That's for certain. But I always played it with the safety systems on anyway, which I always try to do from the beginning. So, right. So before we go, we'll just have a quick look at the service that Animal's having trouble with. Slow tick terminal. Right. So if we go into here, and class 31, you said. Do you know what time of day it is? Is it this one? That's part 4. Did you say part 1 or part 4? Because this is where it says there quite clearly, it says part 1, but over here in the middle it says drive part 4. So I'm not really sure which one it is. Yeah, tell me which one. Is it this one? 1442? Port 3, that lines up. Port 2 lines up. The one that's labelled wrong. Right, so this one. Let's see. So it crashes for you, does it? Hopefully I've picked the right one. Right, well that's a 47, that's not a 31, is it? Let's just... Yeah, it's put me on foot, so that's not right, is it? Yeah, so there you go. It's not working. Yeah, spawns in random locations. This is Upperby, I think, is it? Are we at Upperby? Or is it Kingmore? I think it's Kingmore, isn't it? Yeah, so that one's not working. So we'll come out of that. Was there another one? Yeah, you got the same issue. Yeah, on the console, I'll tell you what I can't do on the console. If I go to this, and I've not done it on the PC either, it's one of the scenarios. And no matter how I have the switches, it derails me. Trying to remember which one it is. Curric Collection. I can't do that one. It'll derail me just coming out of the yard at Kingmore. So yeah, there's a few bits and pieces that need fixing on there. But the rest of it is brilliant. A few teething troubles I think with it, but there's always a patch that comes out. I've noticed as well, if you set the weather to snow, and then walk in one of the signal boxes, there's snow in the signal box as well, like actually in the signal box. So I did report that one a couple of weeks ago. They put that one on the list. So there's just bits and pieces like that which, you know, should be pretty easy to fix. But yeah, I mean, it's a good route. Okay. Maybe could just have a word with the buddies that just said, I'll mention it to them. Yeah, I will mention it. They just said to me, if there's anything comes up that you see or anyone else sees, just let us know. We'll add it to the list. So, well, I'm not going to tell them about the LIRR roll. I'm not going to tell them about the LIRR roll. I don't think they'll prioritise that one. So, right, that's it for tonight then. So, hope you've enjoyed it. Bit different. Tore myself away from the West Coast main line, but we will be back on it later this week for the South, that is, for the gameplay pack. I'm quite interested to see what that's all about. I don't know a lot, more than you do, because of the it was just in the article, wasn't it? We've not seen a demo of it or anything yet, so we'll be back with that. If I can get it early access, we'll play it Wednesday, but failing that, we'll play it Thursday with everybody else. So yeah, see you on the next one. Thanks guys for coming in, appreciate it. Take care.